Hey up, welcome to Matt's Mindful Meals. So this afternoon I'm off out into Culbin Forest to meet up with my mate Martin. We used to work together years and years ago, but I've not seen him for a while. Martin's been through some bad times recently, so we're going to meet up today, talk a few things through. And for a change, he's actually going to be doing the cooking today, so I'm expecting some sausage butties and maybe a bacon butty. But I promised him I'd make a brew. So this week you'll only see me actually making coffee using one of my fireboxes, either the Nano or the full-size 5-inch stainless steel G2. Anyway, enjoy the walk on the way there because it's about 2.5 miles, and I'll catch up with you later. So the area I'm going to today is a place called Bucky Lock. Now Bucky Lock used to be an old inlet that used to catch loads of herring and mackerel and things like that in. However, there was a huge storm many years ago, and it came over the top of the wall, which was a natural kind of peninsula. So it came right over that and flooded the whole area. And when you get there, you'll notice that there's quite a lot of silver birch trees they look petrified because the salt water got into the roots, but they're still there, and it looks like there's again a petrified forest. It was a little bit spooky the first time you see it, but as I say, if ever we're camping over there, there's no shortage of silver birch bark to get the fires going. Now this walking and talking at the same time is a little bit taxing at the moment, because I've been breathing too shallowly for far too long. Anyway, I'll turn the camera around and keep walking. Speak to you soon. So this woodland that we're in was all planted between the wars, because during the First World War a lot of the Scottish forests were taken down for the wood that was needed for the war effort, and a similar kind of thing happened again in the Second World War. However, as you can see, there's a lot of pine. There's also quite a lot of silver birch onto the side, which we all know that's really handy for, don't we? But yeah, quite a far walk to go yet, but again, it's enjoyable. So I used to come around here on my mountain bike loads, just racing around these old fire tracks. But ever since last winter, and I think I came down with COVID, my lungs just haven't been up to it, and they've been getting gradually worse. However, I went and spoke to somebody about it, and I'm now under physio and things like that to help me get through the other side, and things are slowly improving. So you never know, it won't be too long before I can probably just roll down these at first on my bike. But I'm looking forward to that day, because at the moment I'm just not up to it. However, these things will be here forever, so I'm not panicking, and I'll be ready when I'm ready. That's where we're going. Well, you can probably hear the winds picking up now. So if I'm boring you with this local history stuff, sorry about that, but I find it quite interesting. So this is a little shark's head that gets painted on the tree every year, and a little fish showing you direction to go in case you get lost. But it actually runs along an old line. It's an old train line that years and years ago used to run straight to the coast. Now that was so that they could put the fish on it that they caught in this loch and in the local Moray Firth, and then ship them back along the train track so they could get into the local town of Forres and then sell them all over the place. And that leads us all the way back into the coast. And we keep following this path until we get there. See you soon. If you're watching this and you're still watching it, brilliant. Thanks, give it a like and a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. What I would like to know is, do you like these things where it's just me and the sound of my voice and the sound of my feet crunching along the path, or would you want music over the top of it? I've only recently got into making these videos, and I've done some where I've put music on, but I don't know what people would prefer. I actually like the silence and just the sound of the trees, the wind and my feet. But if you've got any opinions on it, let me know. and I'll try and keep you happy. So that's what this channel's hopefully all about. Trying to make people feel good. Oh, and show them a really good bit of camping cooking while we're out. I'm back again. One of the things I want to talk about is the solitude and the peacefulness, and a word I'm probably not using in the right context, the serenity of a place like this. Like, I've not seen anybody. I know I'm meeting Martin in a bit, but this is literally 4 miles away from where I live, and you just get out. It's nice and safe. There's no massive mountains or anything. You can just be amongst it, and you can see the sun behind me. It's going down and it's turning gold, and all the colours, especially this time of the year. That's what makes it for me. Love it. And if you are the same opinion as me, then great. But those who don't come out here that often and don't know how great it can be for you, try and encourage them to get out. Even if it's you taking them out for a 20-minute walk and a kind of pop out your bag or something. Just take them out to these places, and you never know. It might be life-changing for them. I remember all those years back, being at school, and there's me and a lad called Tonk. He went off to join the army, I joined the Air Force, but I can specifically remember when I started getting into the outdoors and things, and it was down to a teacher called Mr. Capel and Mr. Paget at school. They got me interested in bird spotting, which I've carried all the way through my life, and drawing things, and I love it. And, you know, you don't need loads of money, you don't need the best gear in the world. You just need to make sure that you're in the right kind of weather, because you don't want to be out there because it gets miserable, and then your experience wouldn't be very nice. But yeah, get out, get amongst it, and you never know, might get that odd little bit of wildlife. Like me now, how many robins have I seen in my life? Thousands. It's still a good when you see them. Same as the seals when you go down to the beach. Seeing a seal pop up and saying hello, it's fantastic. Don't think there's anything better, to be honest. Anyway, that's enough about me. I'll speak to you in a bit. The lungs have started working a bit better, so I can move a little bit quicker. Often happens when I start opening them up a bit. It's really good. It's this fresh air. Won't be long until we can see the sea though, and that petrified forest I was talking about. Oh no, which way do I go? I've been here 1,000 times. Just keep going straight on over here. Not too far to go now, about another 1.5 miles. But Martin's got the sausages on, and I'll meet Angus as well. I think you'll like it when you meet Angus. He's rather cute. Not too far away now. You can see where the trees are starting to thin out to when we're getting towards the beach. So there'll be a little bit of a left and a bit more of a right. Then we'll drop down onto the coastline. And the sand, it's a really light gold colour. And I think the sea's going to be a little bit rough. I think I can hear it, but it might just be the wind in the trees. But we'll soon see. And fingers crossed them sausages are nearly done, because Martin was out on his bike to bring some kind of barbecue out that he told me about, but we'll wait and see. Here we go, at the last corner. This is the last line of pine trees, and you can see just out here, you can see where the petrified silver birch trees are. And that's the first person I've seen since I got here. It's not Martin, and he's definitely not got no sausages. So here's the petrified woods, and you might be able to hear one of the Coast Guard helicopters in the background, because they operate out of Inverness Airport. And that chap that you saw a bit ago on the video, he was training his sled dogs with a little scooter. I'll see if I can try and get the helicopter for you. There you go, can you see it? Let's see if I can zoom in. There you go. I hope whoever's on there is okay. Anyway, time to go and find the sausages. Finally got to the place, so sign there for Bucky Lock. There's a few entrances. Can't see any smoke just yet. However, I think I can see Martin's head. So fingers crossed. Won't be too long until I've got some sausages. But I'm on brew duty today. So I'll get my stuff out, make tea or coffee. Didn't remember the biscuits. There he is. Grill's on the go. I couldn't see the smoke, it's a little bit windy. And there's Angus. Come say hello. Hey. Good boy.
Yeah. I'll come back in 20 minutes and let you know
So, as you see, Martin's got the barbecue on the go. It's a barbecue area that's quite popular, so there's little sand pits. I know he's got a disposable barbecue. Not my personal favourites. However, it might suit its purpose. But this is Bucky Lock. What used to be Bucky Lock anyway. Looking out onto the Moray Firth. So that area is Kinloss. And the headland you can see there is Birkhead. The old winding gear for bringing the old fishing boats in all that time ago. Right over onto the Black Isle. Cromarty Firth, and in the very distance would be Inverness. It's stunning, isn't it? Okay, so I've just got the firebox set up with the stainless steel water bottle in there, and inside there's a trangia, so hopefully that'll be heated up within the next 10 minutes. Martin's just delivered some mince pies, but about a minute before that he delivered me a sausage bap, and there's a bacon one on the way. So yeah, things are all good. Me and Martin have just had a big chat about where he's at the moment. Things are moving massively forward, and Martin's taking people out to areas up on the west coast, helping them out, and it's helping us out massively. And as I said, keep getting out and seeing the beauty in nature, and I'll get back to you when we're ready with this brew and I've nailed that sausage sandwich. Speak to you in a minute. So I've had 2 bacon baps so far. No, sorry, 2 sausage baps, and I got a bacon one there that I don't know if you can see Angus at the moment, but I've got to make sure Angus doesn't eat it. So what I'm doing now is the water's hot, so I'm just going to make a coffee. So this is the AeroPress Go, which is the small version, because I don't like instant coffee, so I tend to make fresh coffee all the time. So get my little papers, which will come home with me, by the way, pop them in there, and I like using 2. Almost done. So now you get your fresh coffee and pop that into here. Now it's up to you, however you can put double the amount of coffee in and then water it down afterwards, but I'm going to make 1 each because I've got plenty of time. So pop that into there. You might be able to hear that the water's boiling. So just take that out of there. Fill that up. Pop that back on there so it's ready for my coffee in a bit. Give it a little bit of a stir and push the plunger through. To be honest, there's nothing better than a nice fresh cup of coffee. I'm having a few weeks without drinking too much beer at the moment. So Martin made the butties, so he gets the first cup of tea. and coffee in this case. So there's his coffee. Top it up. Milk.
Peace.
Perfect. So now I'll do mine.
What do you think, Angus?
He's a good lad. Yeah, so while we were doing this and having the sandwiches, me and Martin have been chatting, putting the world to rights. You know, as I say, we've both got our issues. We're not going to talk about them on this camera, but it is always good to have somebody to chat through your issues to, because I genuinely believe if you share your problems tend to get that little bit better. So I'll make my coffee, and when we've done that, we'll take the video and video a little bit more of the beach. And then, as you can probably see, Martin's got his bike, where I've got my feet, so I'll be walking back. And it'll probably be dark by the time I get back home. But hey, doesn't matter, does it? So time to make mine. Now, that firebox, I've used the Trangia burn here, it's about 3/4 full. And I think that holds just under 1.5 litres of water, and it's boiled it easily. And I think that's probably because there's quite a lot of wind protection, so a lot of your heat actually stays inside the firebox. So it's not wasted, so they don't have to use too much fuel. But Martin's never seen one, so I thought I'd bring it. I normally use my Nano, which is in the bag, but I thought I'd use the big boy today. I'll just put my milk in. So there's no mindful meal cook today. Brews 2 brews, and we're going to enjoy these and keep chatting. Cheers, everybody. Hiya, so we finished the bacon sandwiches, mince pies and a couple of cups of coffee. So Martin's setting off on his bike to go back and take Angus, and I'm going to have a long walk through the woods on my way home. Now obviously this is called Matt's Mindful Meals. Now, as I said, I've only cooked coffee and Martin's cooked butties. But the mindful bit today was particularly a tough one. I've walked through the woods and told you a little bit what's going on with me, getting over what issue I've got with my lungs, but I'll come to the end of that. But the main thing today is I've not seen Martin for a few years, and unfortunately Martin lost his son 2 years ago. Charlie took his own life. Obviously very, very tragic, but there's not really much we can say for the person that we've lost. As I say, it is tragic, but what we've got to do is take care of those who are left. So as I say, Martin gets out quite a lot and encourages other people to go out. He takes them out and leads people around the west coast of Scotland and things. Now in a few years, that's the kind of thing I'm going to be doing, and helping people out as much as I can. And I try to do a bit of it now, so I'm getting involved with the DAV scheme and other things like that. But yeah, if ever you are struggling, just reach out. It doesn't matter who to. There's always going to be somebody there for you. So yeah, so keep smiling if you can, and keep getting out. Until next time, and I promise I'll cook something massive. Take care. And there's the car. Soon be home for a cup of tea. Catch you next time.